Hey, I'm Kifwen. With the release of Silksong very recently, after about 1 billion years, it's massively in the spotlight, with crashing Steam and blowing up the whole world, poisoning the local water supply. It's insanely successful and also really helping to push the Australian indie scene. Thank you, Team Cherry! Both Hollow Knight and Silksong have this insanely beautiful art direction that made me instantly fall in love. Are you kidding me? Look at these games! It's gorgeous! From everything top to bottom, these games are absolutely littered with the most beautiful details that truly suck you into the world and have you immersed. Like, yes, I am a little bug in a big scary world, and I will strike you down with my nail. In Hollow Knight, even just the most beginner exploration allows for you to get a good sense of the world. The tutorial room showcases this well with getting you to understand the difficulty, creatures, and dangers you will face along, with serving to set up some more of the lore before taking you into Dirtmouth. Each section of the map in Hollow Knight does incredibly well to set itself up along with the lore, and it makes you appreciate the art and details even more so once you've learnt more of the story of the game. Now with Silksong, admittedly I'm only a few hours into it. I've been a little busy. So yes, if you post spoilers in my comments, I will have you boiled alive in a pot and, feed you to the Bell Beast. But for what I have played so far, the game does this just as well as Hollow Knight, except with, in my opinion, much more upgraded art and animations from the previous game. Truly visual eye candy. I want to touch the moss so bad. Please let me touch the moss. Just want to run my hands in it, swim around it a little bit. I want to eat the art so bad, okay? Then we have the characters from both of these games. The way Team Cherry has utilized shape language is genuinely so masterful, and I want to break it down a little bit by using some of the characters and enemies from within Hollow Knight. Starting with the Knight themselves, they have a rather simple design that almost sets up a guideline of the traits of the rest of the characters. They have a mixed design in terms of shapes that I think really showcases the general rules of character design within these games. It also allows for us to see that they are perceived as quite a weak character, along with the dialogue we receive from some of the NPCs in the game. Well, weak until they're shown to stand their ground. Hornet actively adds to this by following along with the idea of clearly being similar in design to the character we play as. She's taller, more slender, and more pointier than the Knight, essentially pushing the shapes from them and showing her elegance and strength through this push. Some NPCs I'd really like to note with their designs are Millabelle the banker, who has a very round shape. You're supposed to trust her at first, but certain parts of her design give away her later betrayal. Give me my Geo back. I swear to God. At all times, we see she is physically drawn into herself, a display of body language that is often associated with hiding something. And unlike a lot of the other bugs, her shell has some sharper and more triangular lines that break up her soft outline. This is actually seen with a lot of the enemy bugs, which, if you were paying attention to certain design characteristics like this, then it would give away to not give her your Geo. Conifer is one of the NPCs we are blatantly led by the game and its directions to trust, and by his design it is clear he is someone we can. Conifer has a very soft and round design, alongside always being shown to be incredibly immersed in his work. Plus, with the addition of glasses in his design, it allows us to make the association of Conifer's intelligence due to well-known design tropes and stereotypes. An interesting thing that I think really allows these games to stand out is they actually let the characters be bugs. Not just humans that are somewhat bug-like, even though they are somewhat humanoid. They let the characters be grotesque and uncomfortable when needed, and it really helps with the storytelling. Let the bugs be bugs, and I am so happy that Team Cherry is going with this, and not just going with a more typical, more common design of just it being a human with somewhat of an animalistic feature, something that's a common trope within animes. The enemy designs from both games also do an incredibly clear job of the levels of danger they host to the player, alongside with blending into the background. For example, my favorite general enemy from Hollow Knight is the Tick-Tick. They're just a silly little guy who crawls along looking for food. The journal entry for these little guys reads as such. Spends its time tapping its way through the roads and caverns near the surface of this kingdom. If you're patient, you can wait for it to come to you and pick it off. Tick-ticks are one of the first enemies you will generally encounter within the game outside of the tutorial area, and they give good guidelines to the player as to understanding what the less quote-unquote sentient characters will be like throughout the areas of the game. Just, the silly little bug guys that aren't a part of this crumbled society. Speaking of the Tick-ticks, does the Bell Beast and Silksong remind anyone of them, or is that just me? I love the Tick-ticks and the Bell Beast, but seriously, I think there is some genetics going on there. Distantly related. They're cousins, trust! Hollow Knight and Silksong are such fascinating examples of a small team working to create something truly beautiful. Every part of each game clearly has so much care and love put into it. Every character has so much thought put into their design. And for a brief moment, I just wanted to be able to reflect on that. Next time you're playing a game, think about how much work has gone into every part of it that's been designed. You'll pick up on some pretty cool stuff. Hey, so you've made it to the end of the video. For doing that, I want to show you some of the silly little Hollow Knight and Silksong art I've made. Thank you so much for watching. I just wanted to quickly talk about how interesting I find the character designs and how well they done are, because I think these games are both so beautiful and I'd like other people to appreciate the art just as much as I do. As always, thank you so much to the channel members and everyone that continue to support me, and also thank you so much for the lovely fan art. Here's a showcase of some of it. Thank you for watching!